level up, level up, level up, level up.
Hey, yeah. Okay. We got a lot going on here. Thousands of runners will take to the streets of Detroit and Windsor this weekend for the Detroit Free Press Marathon. Have you ever thought about running a marathon, but you just don't know how to get started? That's me all the way. Ben Boudro from Xceleration Fitness. Our friend Kit is here with us as well. She is running her first marathon tomorrow. We're cheering for you. And Charlie Langton is here as well. Try to... I know you've been
I've got this contraption on.
And we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
Just try to keep it together until then, okay? Ben, welcome back. Kit, hi. Let's start with you. There are so many people who, one, will be running tomorrow. Either it's their first race or, you know, they've been doing it for a long time. And then there are folks like me who are sitting on the sidelines wishing we could get in on the race, but we just don't know how to start.
So that's what we're here to show you guys. So really, there's 4 steps to getting started to getting running.
Okay.
All right. Kit is running her first marathon ever tomorrow. Yay! So the one piece of advice that I asked Kit to bring, and she talks about signing up for the race. That is step number 1. That's a little bit of accountability, but some people still pay that money, sign up for the race, and still don't do it.
Yeah.
So step number 2 is even more crucial, which I'll let Kit talk about.
And that is definitely the accountability and just making it be known to family, friends, anyone who's willing to listen, because admitting that you're running is the hardest part.
Because when people start asking you, hey, how's your training going? They're always following up with you, and it's hyper accountability.
Okay.
Step number 3, which is people don't expect, they think the long miles are gonna be the hardest ones.
Yeah.
The hardest steps are getting out of your driveway, because your schedule, all the things come into play, but getting out of your driveway, getting that first mile under your belt, then you start feeling good. That's the hardest part. If you can overcome that, you'll keep running, you'll see the benefits of it. It becomes less of a chore and more of a gift.
Okay, I'm not totally sold yet. Keep going. What's the 4th one?
The 4th one, recovery. You cannot neglect recovery if you're going to get into running. So Kit's a nurse. She's on her feet all day running. She also trains at the gym 3-4 times a week. So if you neglect recovery, injuries could happen.
Okay.
So luckily, it's 2019, there's a lot of cool devices like this one here where that helps you recover. So these are Normatec leg recovery systems. It's air compression. So Charlie, you can kind of talk about how you feel right now with your legs in there.
Well, I put these things on, I strapped them in, and they started to squeeze from my feet, and it started to come up, 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 and on Kit, how far does this thing go? How far do you, I mean, come on here now. I mean,
so what does this do?
It's helping him recover. So it's bringing fresh blood into it. It's air compression. So it's going kind of pulsing, holding blood in there, bringing new fluid in. Long story short, if you do a hard run in the morning, you can use these. By mid-afternoon, you'll feel fresh, so it makes things a lot easier.
And where do you get access to something like this?
You can go online in Normatec. There's chiropractors, there's PT places, there's gyms like ours who have these, or you can buy a purchase for yourself.
Okay.
You'll see these at the Boston Marathon everywhere, and a lot of pro athletes use them too.
Okay, so, but how far? I mean, should you sign up, I guess, for the 5K? What are you doing tomorrow? Are you doing the full?
I'm doing the full marathon.
Oh, wow.
I signed up. Actually, it wasn't until midsummer, but it talks about it right in the beginning of the spring. It took a lot of convincing. And
do you have to have run that full day? How far is it again?
26.2 miles.
Have you run 26 miles at this point in your training?
I've trained up to 20.
Okay. Yeah. So what are we going to do for that last 6, Ben? How does that work?
You got to push through it. No, but there's a lot of there's a lot of programs out there. There's Hale Higdon, there's the Hanson's program. You can find a lot of programs if you Google them. It'll tell you, hey, 5 miles a day and 7 miles, different variables, and run those races.
Okay. How are you feeling, Charlie?
These things are squeezing my legs. Is this after you do? I'm assuming you do this after you run.
You can do it before or after.
You do it before?
So she'll do it tonight before her race.
You'll strap yourself into here? For how long do you stay in here for?
Anywhere from 15 to 30 to even an hour.
And then after you get out of here, you feel like running?
You feel good. You definitely feel good,
okay.
Yes.
And you ran in your first marathon recently as well. Tell us about that.
So I ran and I trained. I did a lot of miles, but one thing I neglected was recovery. So I actually blew my calf out 2 weeks before my first race.
Oh, man.
So I had to really hyper recover, and luckily I put it together and had a good run.
Yeah, first place good. So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank
you.
Wow.
So lastly, just for people like me, is it just about getting out there and trying to run 1 mile, or, you know, how do I really start?
I really think getting out on 1 mile by yourself.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people find is the silence is golden. Whether you're wearing headphones, listening to a book, or you're just running by yourself, it feels good to get outside and do it for you.
All right.
I broke your... Okay, there you go.
I think
you
he
should
busted
do these things.
Yeah.
You'll want to run Miles.
for miles with that.
Oh,
All
26.2 is nothing.
Ben, thank you so much. You see the information there on your screen, Xceleration Fitness. Kit, good luck to you tomorrow. Check back in with us. We want to know how you finished.
Thank you.
See your finish line pictures.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep in touch. Quick break. We'll be right back.